Yeah. Ow. Frick.
June 2nd, 2023. Today, my morning shift started at 6:30 a.m. My boss was late yet again, fourth time this week, and a drunk homeless man tried to flash me at like 7:30 a.m. But overall, it was a good day, I guess. I don't love this job, but at the same time, I think it's good for me. I think it's good for me to do the hard things it takes to work towards my goals and my dreams. It's true that I'm a dreamer, but I won't ever get stuck dreaming. I refuse to get stuck in my dreams because dreaming without any action is just wishful thinking. And as much as I dream, I want to work even harder. No matter how much the work sucks sometimes, I can still find joy and pleasure in the blood, sweat, tears of it all. And you know what? That is not even an exaggeration, because in the past 2 weeks alone, I have bled. I sliced my thumb open. I've sweat and I've cried. I cried on Saturday. This lady was kind of mean to me. And also, I caught on actual fire twice in the past 2 weeks alone. But anyways, after work, me, Sierra, and Sienna went west side, and I also started a new book today. It's called If You Want to Write, and it's by Brenda Euland. I'm not exactly sure how to say her last name, but she was born in 1891, lived to be 93 years old, and according to the back cover of the book, she published 6 million words and was knighted by the King of Norway. I'm only a few chapters in, but I really love the book already, and I want to take my time reading this one.
Oh, I like that swimsuit.
So here's some shots of my midday West Side adventures, accompanied by some beautiful words of Brenda Euland that I want to remember. In the first chapter, she writes, "This is what I learned, that everybody is talented, original, and has something to say."
Whoa, it looks like a dragon.
Everybody is original if he tells the truth, if he speaks from himself, but it must be from his true self and not from the self he thinks he should be. If you speak or write from yourself, you cannot help being original. This creative power and imagination is in everyone, and so is the need to express it, to share it with others. But what happens to it? It is very tender and sensitive, and it is usually drummed out of people early in life by criticism. You know how all children have this creative power? But this joyful, imaginative, and passionate energy dies out of us very young. Why? Because we do not see that it is great and important because we let dry obligation take its place, because we don't respect it in ourselves and keep it alive by using it, and because we don't keep it alive in others by listening to them. And then she goes on talking about the creative impulse. And then she talks about how much she doesn't like criticism, like unhelpful, mean criticism just to criticize. And then she talks about the difference between helpful criticism and not helpful criticism. And then she says, this is one of the results of criticism, unhelpful criticism, that all people who try to write and all people long to, which is natural and right, become anxious, timid, contracted, become perfectionists, so terribly afraid that they may put something down that is not as good as Shakespeare. And then she talks about how the most modest and sensitive people are the most talented, having the most imagination and sympathy, so they're the first ones to get killed off. And then she talks about how you must lead with intelligence and love and not perfunctorily, which I had to Google, and it is an action or gesture carried out with minimum effort or reflection. And then the second chapter is more about the creative impulse, more specifically through the life of William Blake. And this chapter was so beautiful. And then the third chapter is about Van Gogh, and I love Van Gogh. So basically this is a very beautiful book, and I am so inspired.